All right. Welcome back, Pod Squad, episode 81 of the kPodcast. Got a very special guest with us tonight, my man Rambo, all the way from New York, right?
Yep. Well, we in PA right now because I bought in the crib, but I'm from the Bronx.
Okay, word. What part of PA?
Tobiana.
Where's that at exactly?
Mount Pocono.
Okay, so you're more north. I grew up like kind of near south of Philly.
South of Philly?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
No, you're good. How you doing tonight, though, man?
Good. I just dropped off my teenager at the homecoming in his high school.
Oh, nice.
Making me feel like an old man.
Well, congrats to him, man. Hopefully he has a good night tonight, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely going to have a great night.
What grade?
Right now he's in 11th.
11th grade. Wow, okay.
He's a sophomore.
Damn, man. Yeah, that seems like
way better grades than me.
Yeah. Just hearing 11th grade now, I feel like that was so long ago. I mean, it was, but in my head, it doesn't seem like it was long ago. But when you look at the numbers, you're like, Jesus Christ, man, I'm getting fucking old.
Yeah. Bro, graduated in 05.
Word. All right. So, yeah, I'm a little behind you. I graduated 08, but still, it's been a minute. It's been a hot minute.
You're right.
But first things first, man. I got a little thing called the ones and twos. I know you said you tuned into Drink Champ, similar to the Quick Time with Slime. Just gonna rattle off two things just to kind of show what you're into, your personality. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to give an explanation on your answer if you don't want to.
Yeah,
just, you know,
I just be like, pass.
Yeah, that's cool too. There's nothing wrong with that, man. The floor is yours. First things first: hot or cold?
Hot.
Hot. Day or night?
Take the day.
Daytime. Now, food-wise, we going sweet or salty?
I am salty. Yep, I am salty.
The saltiness comes with the old age, bro.
Yeah, it's not a lie.
You're not a vegetarian?
No.
All right,
no,
so
but I love vegetables, though.
No, yeah, we'll get to that. I realize I got to start with that because the next question, tacos or burgers, might be offensive to some people if they don't eat meat. You know what I'm saying? I guess they got veggie tacos.
Yeah, they got.
And the Impossible burgers.
Nah, you got to give me a burger. You got to give me a burger, bro.
How you like it cooked? Rare, medium rare?
Medium rare.
Medium rare, nice. All right, so the next question, like you said, fruit or veggies?
Oof. I'll take both.
All right.
Both they're in the same lane.
See, there's nothing wrong with that. You can take both and you can take neither. As long as you're eating healthy out here, that's all we ask for, man. Trying to keep it healthy around the kPodcast. You know what I mean?
I'm scared when you get to like the Jay-Z and Nas questions. This is going to be rough.
Oh, we got those. Don't worry. They're coming. But before that, would you prefer sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Sunrise? You morning person.
Yeah. Trying to be.
You got kids. I feel like you kind of have to be up early.
You have to be. But like I said, I'm trying to, because when I stay up late, my body's all of a sudden fighting me to wake up. I'm like, yo, you got to wake up.
Yeah. It's time to go. All right. So I see you with the mug there. You a coffee or tea guy?
Coffee.
Definitely coffee. Nice. Black? Yeah. Sugar?
I stopped the white sugar. We went to brown sugar. Then I went to honey. Now we're just doing honey. And nice. I need a little bit of creamer.
How is the? I never put honey in coffee, but I heard that recently.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great substitute. I'm pretty sure there's a healthier substitute, but for now, that's how I'm rocking it.
No, I mean, I'm not mad at that. Definitely cutting out the white sugar, I know is good. I was drinking it black for the longest time, my coffee, but then my teeth started getting fucking stained.
you need that Smile, that charcoal toothbrush.
Like,
stuff.
Oh, that like whitening shit.
Yeah, I think it's called Smile.
True. Yeah, I just cut back. I'd still drink both. I try to lean more towards the tea now just to avoid that, that nasty.
Am I making you jonesing by drinking this?
You're cool, man. I drink mine in the morning. At nighttime, I'm usually just water.
Oh yeah, my fault.
Nah, you're good, bro. Sip away, man. So I gotta ask, and I might know the answer, but some people surprise me. Hip hop or classic rock?
Hip hop, of course.
Okay. So since we're on hip hop, like I said, we got to get to it. First and foremost, Death Row or Bad Boy?
Bad Boy.
NY to the fullest. I feel you. All right, Bad Boy. So where are these other ones at? Well, within that Biggie or Pac, I'm assuming you're going Biggie.
Yeah.
All right. So like you said, Nas or Hove?
Nas.
Going Nas?
Nas, yeah.
Hell
That
yeah.
surprised everybody when I said it. But me and my brother grew up on the opposite sides of the fence. He was a Hove fan. I was a Nas fan. And I think the most important is album that dropped so that I could. I don't know if we could. Can I say shit on here?
You can say whatever you want, bro. Fuck shit. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I put the parental advisory thing on the cover art. So
okay, great.
Let
because
him fly.
TikTok's been acting funny these days.
Let him fly.
But
bro.
yeah, I want to shit on him. And when that Stillmatic dropped, when that Ether dropped, I was smiling like this. I was like, yeah, what up now? But Hove is the GOAT too, so can't front on none of them.
No, exactly. And like we said, there are no wrong answers here. Strictly music wise, I usually go Nas too, and a lot of people kind of take offense to that. It's like, bro, it's opinion. No one's wrong, you know. It's whatever your opinion is.
I'm telling you that artistically, to me, he's more. I don't want to say authentic, but there is something of authenticity about him that I understand. Like I grew up in the Bronx borough, and it's something where you know they're from that borough by the way they talk. And you could feel it. And everything he came out with, majority of the stuff he came out with, like I felt it.
No, I mean, yeah, to your point, I feel like I definitely always gravitated more towards Nas. I would listen to Hove, and all my friends love Jay-Z, and I still love Jay-Z, but like if I had to pick one, I feel like I would rather listen to Nas.
Yeah, Hove's making records to try to like reach the billboards. You know what I'm saying? And Nas wasn't intent. He was just doing what he had to do in his style. His stylistic choice to me was more authentic than Hove.
Word. Yeah, no, I hear you on that. So this next one might be a little tough too. The Lox or Dipset?
I'm gonna go with the Lox.
Okay. See, I don't know.
And I watched the verses too.
Yeah, I mean that was some legendary shit, bro. You can't argue that shit.
No, that was awesome.
They're both such just like monumental and unique groups because they have the three. A lot of groups are either a duo or it's just like a shitload of motherfuckers. But these just having the three in both, I feel like it's always a good comparison with those two. Let's see. All right. Staying on New York shit and hip hop. Nicki or Cardi?
Oh, I knew this question was coming. Bro, I gotta go Cardi.
She's from the Bronx, right?
I gotta represent the BX borough. Yeah. I gotta go Cardi for that fact. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm definitely not mad at that. I don't know which way I would go, but I respect the Bronx. I
don't want to be in between that war. But, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll just bow. I'll pull the Homer Simpson into the bush on that.
Yep, right in the bushes. Because when these girls are going at it, it's you can see the fireworks on Twitter.
Yeah, it's
like,
different.
Nah, I'm good. No, thank you.
It's different. All right, we'll switch it up a little bit. TV or movies?
Probably movies.
Movies?
Yeah, movies.
You got like a favorite genre or just prefer the
science fiction and horror. My favorite genre.
Nice. Yeah, I see you got the Mario stuff behind you.
Yeah. That trailer came out today. The kids definitely let me know.
I haven't seen the full trailer yet, but I've been seeing the little tidbits on Twitter and stuff. I need to check that out. I keep seeing cool. the one that's kind of like a parody. They've been posting it for a while. It's that fucking chubby dude who's doing his fake Tony Soprano joint. I kept seeing that one go around. That shit was cracking me up. Shouts to that dude, whatever the fuck his name is. All right. So book, like a physical book or audio book?
I'm not a big books dude, even though I need to be like.
There you go.
So I'll probably say
old school.
I'm probably old school. But I would do audio books too. Like if they were reading it in a tone where it's just like makes it better than the way I read it, you know, with my blandness, and I might go audio book.
True. I'm not mad at that. I think I was talking about that with someone on here. when the author themselves reads the audiobook, I feel like it's much more impactful. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if it's some
Facts.
random Joe Schmo, like, bro, what the fuck you doing? What are you doing here, man? Do you skate?
I used to
Or you like grew up skating?
skateboard when
Okay,
I lived in the Bronx. I used to skateboard. I was like the one of the first people to pick up a skateboard in my block
nice.
and trying to do street style. I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
that's what it was called because we didn't have no ramps or
Yeah, if
nothing.
you're in the Bronx, that's definitely street style.
Yeah, I failed. The only thing I got to do was like an ollie, and then that's it. Then everybody on the block started copping skateboards, and it lasted for a while before it just went.
Yeah. Do you remember how you would stand on the board? That's one of the questions. Is goofy or regular as far as like your
Regular,
regular? All right, bet.
regular. Yep.
Nice. Laptop or desktop?
I mean, no, laptops
Either
are
one.
powerful now. Yo, the iPad is one update away from being a laptop.
Bro, you're not lying. I've never had an iPad, but every time I see them, I'm just like, why did I spend the extra $500 for this? Just for these keys, basically.
It's almost there, man. And I needed to get there ready because I got an iPad Pro
Yeah,
running that M1 chip, and I'm just like,
you can
yeah,
hear that.
it needs one more update to be at like a desktop status, but they're taking their time with that.
Well, someone was just telling me because I think this MacBook that I have here, I want to say it's a 20. It's got to be 18 or 19. I think it's 18. And
Mhm.
apparently, the newer ones already they got a bigger chip or it's got more capacity on it. Apparently, and it's for not that much more money either.
The future's crazy, bro. I'm learning so much stuff. Like I just recently learned OBS. I just learned Discord in January
Really?
2022. Yes.
We're gonna get to your Discord page a little later. And shouts to you for just learning that. If you already got it to where it is
Yeah.
now, bro, definitely fucking round of applause, bro. Hey man, like you said before, just gotta fucking ain't nothing to it but to do it, man. Just keep on chugging.
Facts.
All right, so you'll like this one. Throwback: NFL Blitz or NBA Jams?
NBA Jam. Damn, I like NFL Blitz was dope too.
Both of
He's
those.
on fire.
Yeah, bro. That's the throwback shit. Another little throwback on music: BB King or Ray Charles?
I have to go with Ray Charles.
Yeah, I don't know if you like blues music. I feel like everyone likes blues music to a certain
I
extent.
mean, if it was sampled before, I'm pretty sure I heard it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm not an avid fan, avid listener to blues. But I need to go back into some of those classics just for a refresher.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite like driving music. You know what I mean? There's a radio station down here, a local station that's just like straight jazz and blues stuff. So when I'm in the car, bro, I mean, A, to avoid road rage, B, just to like, you know what I mean, mellow out, just kind of like enjoy the ride, bro. Gotta throw on that jazz, man. That smooth jazz, 89.9.
I'm a passive driver, bro. Insurance company loves me.
Word. No, I mean, I knock on wood. I'm a safe driver, never gotten anything crazy, but I live in Florida too. You got to remember, there's some fucking crazy. I mean, well, you're from New York. They're definitely crazy up there too. PA, I don't know how is it bad up there with traffic and shit.
Nobody uses their turning signals. What's up with that, PA? Just like New Jersey, nobody uses their turning signals. And I don't know. It's everywhere's the same. I learned how to be a defensive driver, but I'm more passive. When somebody's rushing,
Yeah,
go where you gotta go, because guaranteed further down the line, you keep on driving like that.
true. And chances are, when you let them go, I mean, you're gonna be what, like 0.03 seconds later than you were before, or some shit like that.
Yo, life's too short.
Very
about
insignificant.
being early to work.
Yeah, that is a fact. Hey, let me get a little air horn on.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep it pushing. Another little throwback: Ninja Turtles or Power Rangers?
Ninja Turtles.
Fuck yeah, gotta go Ninja Turtles. Chocolate or vanilla?
Say chocolate.
Chocolate. Podcast or radio?
Definitely vibing podcasts more than radio. And because of technology and everything, it's like I listen to Spotify majority of the time. So
it's
I don't
becoming
even
more
flick
convenient, really.
Yeah. I mean, there's no radio host that I'm I do like Big Boy in the Morning, but that's when we were living in California. That was cool. New York radio, I'm not 100% feeling it.
True.
I think they could do with some new hosts, fresh take on things, but
the old guard just fucking sitting comfy in those seats, man.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's how it goes sometimes, unfortunately. All right. Salsa or guacamole?
Guac.
We got a guac guy.
Mm-hmm.
We going smoothie or milkshake?
Take a smoothie now because a milkshake I'm gonna need a lactate pill.
True. Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. All right. You're Spanish, right?
Yeah, Puerto Rican.
Word. Boricua. So this will be good. Well, actually, Pitbull's Cuban. Pitbull or Daddy Yankee?
Daddy.
Nice. You heard he's retiring. I'm sure you heard that shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
I think it's time. I'm pretty sure he got the right investments to,
True.
do whatever he got to do.
But do you think, I mean, I don't know if it's necessary to retire. Obviously, now I'm not telling Daddy Yankee what to do, just speaking hypothetically. Just because you may not need to rely on music anymore to like get a paycheck and shit. Like, look at like Hove is a great example, right? I mean, I'm sure he could have retired 20 fucking years ago, probably, if he really wanted to.
I think he is. I mean, the way he moves is almost like a retired person.
He's like semi-retired.
He comes out when he wants to come out, and like the records are not random records. They're like, okay, that needs to go to Hove.
Calculated, very well calculated.
It's so calculated.
Yeah.
Daddy, I'm like, okay, if he's retiring, maybe because like Bad Bunny and a lot of the Latin artists, when they go on tour, I'm pretty sure they're away from home for like months, bro.
Wow, yeah.
And that's where they make most of their bread. So I'm like, if he got family, he got kids, and it's time, that road life.
Very true.
Because my boy, he's on that road life with a couple of artists. He's like late in his 30s on the road life, not in his 20s.
Yeah.
So and little stuff annoys him.
Yeah.
I could, you know what I'm saying? I could only imagine that you're on tour with a whole bunch of 20-year-olds, 16 to 19, and you a 35 to 40-year-old, and you just like,
I'm over this shit.
Yeah, I'm over this shit. Let me get my bag and let me be an executive producer somewhere or something.
Yeah. No, that was a great point. I mean, Daddy Yankee's, he's in his 40s maybe? I know he started mad young. He's one of those artists who's been around forever, but he popped when he was like fucking 15 or some shit, right?
You know they're going to lie about his age.
Probably.
You know,
I mean,
Google minus like 5 years.
He looks like he's 24 or some shit still.
Let's see. A quick Google search on that.
Word.
He was born in 1977.
So he's got to be in his 40s, bro.
Or it says 46, 1976.
So he's 46.
46 years old.
That sounds about right. Because I want to say, did you check out that Nicky Jam docu-series thing that was on Netflix?
I need to rewatch it.
It's pretty fire.
Yeah, I need to rewatch it.
It's pretty dark. Like his life was super serious, but it's a good little mini doc thing. But I think if I remember correctly, he's in his early 40s. And I always assumed Daddy Yankee was like a year or two older than him, maybe. But either way. All right, so we go in DY. Might be a stupid question. Apple or Android?
Apple.
Word.
Yeah, the whole Apple ecosystem's around me.
All right, just a couple more. Are you a peanut butter fan?
Yeah, I peanut butter and toast for breakfast.
So you go creamy or crunchy?
Creamy.
All right.
Yeah, creamy's cool.
And we established you're not a vegetarian, so we go in flats or the drums for the wings.
I don't. It don't matter.
As long as it got meat on it.
It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. My wife don't like the way I devour that all the way to the
down to the fucking nitty gritty.
Mm-hmm.
No, I hear you, man. You got to make sure you get the bang for your buck. Last one here with the OJ. You going pulp or no pulp?
No pulp.
No pulp. All right. All righty. 1s and 2s with Rambo, man. Appreciate it. Shedding a little insight. your personality. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say you threw that in the algorithm is going to tell me the type of person I am.
It could. You probably got to start getting targeted ads now. They're like, don't you love No Pope orange juice? Fucking
this was a setup.
Yeah, don't blame me. These motherfuckers, they probably got this shit all rigged. But first things first, man. Is Rambo your real name, or is that like that's a moniker?
It was given to me at birth, and
okay.
I ran with it. And
is there like an origin behind it?
I think around the time I was born, First Blood came out.
Oh, okay.
In the movie theaters. So at the hospital, my uncle that passed away, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He told my father, that's Rambo.
Word.
Nobody even knows me by my first name that's in my family. I got some cousins that be like, if you tell them my first name, they're like, who's that?
Who the hell is that?
Yeah. You know how it is. Like Latinos they got nicknames. So all my kids got nicknames.
Yeah, once it sticks, it sticks. No, I mean, I figured that it might be influenced from the Rambo movies, but I didn't want to assume. You know what I mean? I didn't know if it came from somewhere else or something like that, but that's dope. Nice family nickname. It kind of stuck throughout times. Well, first things first, man. Given the name, let's get into Rambo Let's Work show. How long you been doing it? I appreciate you doing it for artists like myself. You know what I mean? Round of applause. But yeah, just give us some background on that. Like, do you consider yourself more of a host, a podcaster, a DJ? It's because it's kind of like your own show. I don't know if I'd call it a TV show, radio show, kind of both.
When we first started it, because I'm saying we because my wife's kind of involved in the creative process as well. Shout out to my wife.
Hell yeah.
It was just a YouTube series where we would just find independent artists and I'll do one episode at a time about them. Like if you go deep into my YouTube, you'll find where it started how it started. Yeah, the archive. So we weren't in TikTok. We weren't even on IG Live yet. And so that's how we were doing the Rambo Let's Work show. And then when the live started becoming more popular, it was like, how can I shift into the live? Mm-hmm. I was so used to doing scripted. I'm like, it'd be nice if I could try to figure out the live. And some artists that we were just really feeling to this day from when the show started, I still keep in contact with.
Yeah.
There's this one artist, her name's Brenzy. Shout out to Brenzy. Fire music. I reviewed her Spotify page or whatever, and she didn't have a bio, but she sounds like radio quality, bro. The music is incredible. There's a track called 180, bro. You listen to that track, incredible. And I'm just like, I wrote something, and I said during the episode, I kind of made fun of the fact that she didn't have a bio. And I was like, what you doing? And she caught wind of that. And the very next day, she had it professionally done.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, cool. Like, that's how I want to kind of support people. Whereas, like, I'm there to show you that, hey, listen, I'm feeling this. More people are feeling this. You should promote the shit out of this. Oh, I found a little thing you could do right there.
Yeah, you were basically encouraging her.
Yeah. Encouraging her. And, nobody makes money doing the playlist curation stuff unless they're doing it in some type of weird way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's more for support. It's more to build a brand that supports. And I'm kind of like, I'm enchained with other brands as well. You know what I'm saying? I'm like DOS Radio, UAS, and Lexi Alon. And I got like a couple of things going on with other people. So I try not to be selfish with my time.
No, and I mean, that comes through, you know what I mean? I've only been tapped in with you for probably a couple months now, but that definitely comes through in all your content. You know what I mean? You seem like you're very selfless, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was curious, are you an artist or did you start as an artist? Because sadly, a lot of times the only time I'll see that perspective and that kind of like egoless personality come across is when it's from another artist who kind of knows what the artists are going through. So I was curious if like you ever made music or you just said, I just want to help the people out here.
I I made music. I got music on Spotify under a different alias because I like to experiment with stuff because it is about branding, but it's also about, like, if I'm creating music, I like to create music in theme, where it's like I don't want to give away some of the themes I was going for because I'm not going in that route. But let's say, like, if you were rapping and you were conscious rapping, you know what I'm saying, and positivity, and then you're picking that lane and you're trying to go that route with music, positive route with music. And I was just trying to figure out myself, and I got confused because when you go one route and then you all of a sudden create a song that contradicts that route,
it could be taken a certain way.
Yeah, you're in a crossroad where, not with people, with myself, on how I create music. I that was the roadblock where it's like, okay, I could drink Four Locos and spit on this track and sound crazy and up to date, but then in my heart, I like doing this better.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So that's where everything kind of stopped, and I was more like, all right, let me try to build some sort of situation to where everybody knows that I'm here to support them. So if the day came and I try to come back, maybe it'll be easier to collaborate with other artists since they already know me, and to do stuff where networking will be a lot easier because we built something from the ground up, you know?
No, yeah. I mean, I think that's a great game plan, and it seems to be working for you. You know what I mean? Especially if you started. Did you say, how long ago did you and your wife start the YouTube show before the live and everything?
I want to say it was probably almost 2 years ago, but I definitely will have to double check that because I've been doing. Before that, I had a show called Beats Got Me. Like, I don't know if you know that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was doing that for a while. I had a couple of episodes on YouTube before I pivoted somewhere else. But like, I always wanted to do stuff to support a niche community, and I would have to dive back in. I know it was like a year and a half, but I've been in music officially since I was like 16.
Nice.
And that's like recording on a cassette tape. You know what I'm saying?
Throwback
Something where
shit.
we thought it was a demo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had an SP505. We had a MPC 2000. And I seen everything evolve. Like, I had Reason when it first dropped, and you make beats on Reason and Fruity Loops when it first dropped, they looking at you like, you need hardware.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the days that I grew up. You know,
I grew up a physical drum machine.
Shout out to the producers. Shout out to the producers nowadays, because the backpack producer was not treated well. So I'm not mad that they're getting their bag. I'm not mad at that.
Hell no. Why would you be?
Exactly.
I think it's more of a rare commodity these days to find that old school producer who still has their dusty ass drum machine, but they're the ones who are cranking out the fucking fire beats, in my opinion. Because I like kind of more sample based New York style type beats versus maybe, let's say, like, you know, a trap Atlanta style beat, more or less. You know what I mean? I'm sure you could still do that on the MPC and whatnot. I don't really know. I feel like a lot of those dudes are more modernized with, you know, Fruity Loops and Ableton and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, output is kind of changing the game. You know what I'm saying? And like, samples in general, like loops, kind of make things a lot faster.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at that, because you still have to arrange. You still have to kind of compose the situation.
You're composing more or less.
Yeah, you're composing more. So I'm not mad at that type of producer. I'm not mad at the musician producer. And I know the musician producer kind of really works hard in every element of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I still could respect the person that samples, because at the same time, he got to flip the sample, he got to tweak the sample, and he got to fix all the drums. And I would dare to say that the sample producer can construct a better drum pattern than the musician producer.
I mean, I wouldn't argue that. You know, I've seen I've seen it go both ways, But yeah, I agree. I think as long as you can get the job done, do what you do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Facts.
give a fuck how you make it. Just make a dope beat.
Just make a dope beat. Yeah. I
Simple as
try.
that, man.
We in there. I try. That'll be popping up sooner or later. Stuff that I've been working on. I might actually go a free route in the community.
What do you
Thinking
mean by
about
that?
it. Where like a lot of the beats that I have, teaming up with somebody to release it to community members for free.
Oh, true. Yeah, that'd be dope. So you
Yeah.
do
So we
more
got
producing, I'm assuming?
I produce a little bit, not too much. I'm kind of like getting back into it. And just right now I'm more on the show
Yeah.
aspect of it, and I want to create a different show for the playlist because I love the whole concept of the playlist. I know the playlist doesn't really support artists financially, but just the fact that you can bring all these different talents into one project and listen to that project from top to bottom. It's like, wow, where do you get this collaboration of all these dope ass people? Like, you won't find that on the album.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a rare scenario. So it's like, to me, it's like, it's dope.
Well, that was honestly one of my favorite parts about your show too, is even though, you're a hip hop head, I'm a hip hop head, and we love hip hop music, I did appreciate that it wasn't straight hip hop music. There
Yeah,
was like
nope.
kind of housey shit on there, pop shit. I heard like a country song.
Country song. Shout
Yeah.
out to Cole Graves.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Cole,
Like,
I've been following Cole Graves country artist since his first drop, and he made country fresh finds recently.
nice. And
So
I
shout
mean,
out to him.
that is a cool part about your position too, is you can kind of see artists from the ground up. You know what I mean? I mean, even getting on your show, that's a milestone for someone like me. You know what I mean? Someone who blows up and gets on fucking Rolling Stone may not give a shit or
But
whatever, but fuck
you
them.
you guys you guys will be blown up. These are the humble beginnings. Yo, you remember that bald dude that did that little show? He's still doing that little show. Let's just go out and give him a. You know what I'm saying? When you got 1 billion followers, just tap into the live one time to say what's up. That's the least they could do. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Hopefully by then, that's why I interview plenty of artists on here, obviously, but I also like to interview or just talk to folks like yourself who are kind of, I don't know if I'd call it behind the scenes, but just on a different avenue of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, curating has become very important to me.
That's a good word for it, curating. There you go.
Somebody told me, says I forgot the guy's name. I'll X that. They said I got somebody's ears. I guess it's somebody that was an executive producer that he just knew how to pick them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, well, I'm not curating music through my ears. I'm actually curating music like right here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if it's vibing, and that's how I kind of structure stuff. So when I'm structuring a playlist, I'm actually curating for the person who paid for Spotify Premium, unfortunately, because
True.
I go through it and I listen to the whole track, but I listen to what emotion vibes to the next track. So the tail of the track kind of transitions into the next song, and it brings you into a different experience. This is not known because I don't tell everybody this, but if you have Spotify Premium and you listen to the playlist from top to bottom, that was premeditated.
It's like
I sat down.
Cohesive.
It's cohesive. I didn't just throw it. Everybody throws the tracks because, it just shuffles.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have Spotify Premium, you shuffle it. But
I don't.
You know what I'm saying? From top to bottom, it's a dope experience, and it's necessary for me because when I start my day, I like to listen to something from top to bottom.
True.
So I don't like to put tracks together that don't make sense and it doesn't transition smoothly. So
no, that's
listen
dope.
to it. Yeah, listen to it. You'll see.
Hell yeah. So you need Spotify Premium because now that you say that, I hadn't really thought about that before. And it's funny because on the contrary, usually when I find another playlist, I almost assume that it's designed to just be randomized, like all the songs can go mishmash wherever. So it's kind of funny that you're saying like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, no, from top to bottom
and ride it through.
I'm trying to put you through a ride that's not too crazy where it's like, okay, say if we start with hip hop, then we go into alternative rock, then we're going into pop, then we're going into like a country, then we're going to like a R&B section, and then like the end will be like experimental. You know what I'm saying? This way you stay in a period for maybe 1 to 3 songs instead of it just rapidly switching.
Do you bunch them based on genre or more kind of like vibe?
When I can, because like yesterday's show was the most hip hop we've had, which is cool. I'm not mad at it, but I do like another genre to refresh everybody's ears because it could become stale.
Yeah, that makes sense. All the songs are just like beat after beat. Yeah, 808s.
Nah. If I had it my way and Spotify gave me a job and they gave me the whole mountain of songs that comes in, best believe I'm gonna be cherry picking all over the place.
Well, I feel like, I never understand, even outside of artistry, just listening to music when some people will only listen to one genre. Like, yeah, I listen to hip hop. Okay, like anything else? No. Oh.
Well, I think it comes with age, because I could honestly tell you the same thing. Like when I was, 16 to 20 something, I was listening to majority of hip hop, Lil Wayne, and that was my vibe. That was my soundtrack of my life.
Oh, you mean like the variety comes with age?
Yeah, the variety comes with age, and when have kids and you have different experiences. You move to different states. Like I lived in California. I was listening to a genre called hyphy music in California.
Yeah, hyphy.
And that was so I got introduced to all these genres, and I just love everybody's take on music. Period.
Yeah, no, that is very true. There are so many cons to social media and the internet and shit, but one of the pros, I think, is what you just said. We can so easily now get music from all over, not even just all over the country, but all over the fucking world.
Yeah, no, bro. If you go to like Spotify Africa or Spotify UK, you'll be surprised. Those playlists are fire.
Yeah, no, I'm sure they are. I listen to a lot of like UK music, all the islands. Ironically, I'm sure on like the Spotify or Apple Music on the artist page, you can see like your stats for your music or whatnot.
Yeah.
Besides America, the number one country that plays my music is India.
Shout out to India.
Yeah, right. I was like, hey, bro.
There's a lot of people in India, bro.
That is true. That is very true.
We came out with a song called "Save Me," and that's the first time we got on like a Spotify algorithmic playlist. I think it was like on release radar for the Netherlands.
Oh, nice.
And we got like, I guess all you need is a couple of saves in an area, and then that's it. It's like, we're pushing your music there.
That's awesome. But that's the beauty of these little things right here. A lot of it's negative, but
it's a gift and a curse, because trying to control yourself from consuming is that's the battle. That is the battle. If you could figure that out, you're winning.
Pretty much, man. It's rough. It's rough sometimes.
People got secrets. They don't want to. I asked a few people that I noticed that their output of content creation is more than the normal person. So I was fascinated by that. I'm like, yo, give me some tips. Like, what do you do to discipline yourself to not consume and just to create? Nobody want to share their secrets.
they just said fuck off.
They didn't say fuck off, but they just like being around the bush. Oh, I do this and I do that. No, you got an app that should shut down the show. Let me know what's going on.
Yeah, outside of, I guess just self-discipline, there's got to be something. One thing that I try to do now, especially with like TikTok, was I was hesitant to get on TikTok for the longest time, but just being a musician, I was like, bro, just sack up. You got to fucking do it. Like, you're going to feel old, but just fucking do it.
Yeah.
And I do, but hey, we're here. But one thing I'll try to do is like kind of set aside almost like social media time. Like you have studio time. It's like social media time. Let me figure out these posts. I'll even just draft them And then that way, you know what I mean, the next day, whatever, oh, it's 12 o'clock, got to post some shit. Go on there for 5 seconds, post it, and get right the fuck back off. Instead of just like, all right, every day you're in there trying to figure shit out, you know?
Yeah. I don't try hard no more.
Oh, that too. Just not giving a fuck helps.
I don't, I don't try hard no more. I got preset stuff. I'm just on some, let's just be consistent, and I'll adjust my preset stuff. Like I barely talk. I do want to talk more on TikTok on, my life experience and stuff like that, but I'm just not ready for that because I got too much home stuff going on.
True. I mean, that was kind of another reason I started this podcast too, was because, on social media specifically, even at shows, it's always kind of a superficial conversation. Oh yeah, bro, I've been seeing you working. Let's do this. Let's whatever. But like, I like to just sit down and talk to people one-on-one where I can hear you. You know what I'm saying? There's not loudspeakers and crazy shit, but also just like have a real conversation. I want to get to know the person behind the art. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the person behind the mic,
Feel that. No, 100%. I'm with you. And meeting new people, I probably met the most people I ever met in 2020 virtually.
Yeah.
2022.
Because of the show, you're saying?
Yeah, because of the show.
Yeah. I mean, that's how we met.
Because of the show. Yeah. No, I definitely appreciate all you guys. And, I see all the people that are kind of like, we're all in the same group.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I shoot out a name right now, it's guaranteed that, like, Kev speaks truth.
Yep.
Some people in UAS, what I'm saying? You're in Florida, so I'm like, there's a couple of artists that I know that was on the show that you kind of associate with. And we're all in this ecosystem where our names pop up, and sooner or later, something's going to happen to where we're all in the same spot.
It's a community, basically.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, shouts to Kev Speaks Truth, because he's the one who told me about your show when I had submitted Good Times. He's the one who told me about the show. So yeah, definitely shouts to Kev Speaks Truth. He was on this. I had him on the podcast. This is episode 81. He was on probably in like the 60s, maybe even, I think 60s.
Nice.
But yeah, it's been a little bit. But yeah, so you mentioned UAS, underrated artist season, correct?
Yeah.
Can you explain kind of what that is a little more? Because I know it seems similar to what you're doing with the Rambo Let's Work show, but also it seems kind of like its own entity in itself.
It's definitely its own entity. I want to say it started around the same time. So we started in IG first because I knew about Amber Ryan. That's the founder of UAS.
Shouts to
in
Amber.
2020. And, during the whole pandemic and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so basically I already had the show. I was doing the IG show. And then she started UAS on IG. So we were like, maybe we should collaborate.
Collab a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's when we started collaborating. And then both of the platforms migrated off of IG, migrated into TikTok. But the way she moves like a savage. Like she's already got plans for 10 years ahead, and she moves fast. Like she's already on Twitch, and now I'm slowly migrating to Twitch. And, I co-host a show a few times, and the growth for UAS is just, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's something that it takes a team of people to do, because if she was doing that by herself, she would have went crazy already.
But I guess the premise behind UAS is generally the same, where it's just to elevate underrated artists, as it says in the name, more or less.
Yeah, I would definitely say. I mean, we got different rating systems. It's a different vibe of show. I wouldn't say it's the same show, because it really isn't the same show. One's more reliant on the audience, while the other one is more, how do I say, where it's like, it's slower in pace.
Okay.
So the Rambo Let's Work show is kind of like a slower pace. Let's absorb the music. Let the co-host critique the music, while UAS is just more, you better bring your A game. We're moving this fast.
Okay. So I guess Rambo Let's Work is almost kind of more of a listening session. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
it's like
attended the show a few times, quite a few times, and
yeah.
it's always a good vibe in there. I think I popped into UAS TikTok live. When I see it on there, I'll pop in there, but definitely not. I haven't been to as many as your show. And to your point, I guess it does seem a little more fast paced.
It absolutely is fast paced, and you can't give up because when you get on that playlist, it is a good look. The user playlist is definitely a good look to build up whatever algorithmic stuff you got
Yeah.
going on. Your analytics is not going to lie to you. Like it'll pop up. Like if you're in UES playlist, like oh UES, you appeared on here, whatever the case may be. And our community shouldn't be. It's not the only communities. Whatever communities where you have user-based playlists that are official communities that don't have pay for play.
Yeah.
That term. And you know what I'm saying? Those kind of where it's kind of a weird situation where you're not actually getting a critique, you're not getting an opinion from multiple guests that could be consumers and music listeners. You're just like, oh yeah, that's high. Next person on to skip the line. True. Yeah, that's high. Okay. Hold on, let me check. I didn't get that yet. You need to send that.
Yeah. I do see a lot of that on TikTok Live, and I just keep on going.
Bro, that grew tremendously, bro. And I'm not mad at them because I understand the hustle, but I unfortunately can't associate with that because we have this vision. You know what I'm saying? And UAS has this vision as well. We share that common goal outside of those type of communities.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I took it a step further to where I try to branch out to meet other communities and other Discords. Mm-hmm. So I could just feel out, okay, are you on the same mission as us?
Yeah.
And then I made this trusted Discord channel where, I'm telling you that I checked them out. They're cool.
So you kind of vet them a little bit.
Yeah, you have to because.
No, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I can't tell you how many times it's the pay for play, just pay to even be considered to play. It's like, bro, fuck this, bro.
There's got to be a way to where it makes sense. Like I just got today, TikTok sent me an invitation to do that subscribe stuff. And I'm like, how am I going to utilize this?
Yeah.
I know I should utilize this so that I could just do this shit full time. But I don't want to utilize it to where it's like, okay, only subs will get played. What's the purpose?
Yeah. You got to be in the cool kids group.
You got to be in the cool kids. So I'm like, all right, well, me and my wife are still parlaying my producer. We're still parlaying to where the subs will just be like, they're just super fans of the show and it got nothing to do with submissions.
True.
You know what I'm saying? There'll be another avenue of, what we could give to them as far as people that support the show financially. That doesn't have to do with the order or the queue of when songs get played.
No, yeah, I definitely feel that. And that kind of goes back to what we were saying earlier about, I mean, from the minute I tapped in with your show, I was like, oh, like this is good vibes, you know what I mean? Very selfless, very for the artists. And obviously, like you didn't ask for money for people to submit or anything crazy like that. And I feel like on that fact alone, that is just going to encourage people to remain part of the community, to feel actually like people are listening and enjoying your music, not just, hey, I threw this guy $20. So he played 20 seconds of my song on his Twitch and then that was it. No one's going to ever, he didn't even say my fucking name.
Look, I'm not mad at the people that do that. And I'm not mad at the artists that pay for that because what's funny? A lot of artists don't have time. And they need to get all these promo packages together for their release. And they're moving at a pace that artists never used to move before. Now it's just go, 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 go.
Instantaneous.
So they'll tap in the community. I don't have time. Pay the 5 to 20, copy, screen record, whatever clip that guy says, then make a highlight reel.
Yep.
Shout out to Babel. Shout out to Joe Vavona. They did that where they just tapped into a whole bunch of communities and made this kind of like highlight reel for promoting their release. It's not a bad idea. You know what I'm saying? Because if I see a little clip and I just see a whole bunch of few people that I think are legit as far as people that critique music, and then some others that are like, I legit, you sparked my interest to at least tap into the track and see what what's the fuss about?
No, that is a great point. I mean, that is a good marketing strategy too. I guess I was thinking more of like these 18-year-old kids who are rapping out of their garage and they want to be the next Lil Pump and they're just fucking, you know what I'm saying, spending their parents' money to have their song played everywhere, but then not properly using that to their advantage and monetizing it like you just said. Because that is, I never really thought about that before. Yeah, you got to pay.
Social. These younger kids got me beat. I'm telling you that right now, bro. I kind of got my own creative ideas, but sometimes I can't get too stubborn because like when you're set in your ways, you don't evolve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we as an older generation, I think I'm a millennial. if we're stuck in one spot because we refuse to learn some software, we got issues, bro.
You can get fucked quick.
We got issues, and we need to let go, start learning what everybody else is learning, and move on. Like, I don't give a fuck what DAW you use.
Yeah, right.
Just make music.
No, I mean, you're 100% right. And I mean, it's funny because that's exactly what I was saying about TikTok, right? I mean, I obviously heard about TikTok years ago, and I'd had countless musicians, just people in general, telling me to get on TikTok. I'm like, fuck that, bro. I'm fucking old school, And then like eventually I'm like looking myself in the mirror like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. You've lost out on 2 years of potential new fans and connections.
Okay.
So yeah, eventually I think the key is to remain open-minded and just remove your ego from this shit,
Yeah. I would take the you should have part and just bury that shit.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, don't bother with the you should have, because that is just it's a thing that'll just bring your energy to a level where it's like, damn, I should have.
Reinforcing the negativity.
Fuck the should have.
Yeah.
Just fucking start learning that. Do it now.
Yep. Nah, better late than never.
I failed, bro. We failed on the live plenty of times. Had embarrassing moments. Just don't give a fuck.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Just funny. Keep it moving.
It's funny you said that too, because I hadn't done a Zoom pod probably since like episode 40s, 50s or some shit. And I just tried to do one last week. And sure enough, Zoom shat out on me. I had to do all this other stuff. So now, trial and error, that episode is going to have to get redone at some point. But had I not gone through that, we couldn't have this episode. This shit would have been fucked up right now, probably. You know what I mean?
That's dope.
But yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, this is my second time using Zoom.
Really?
So I'm like, you definitely know more than me with the Zoom. I was going to hook up my mic, but I was like, you know what? Let me just put in my AirPods just in case.
Well, if you have, my microphone, this is normally the guest mic for the pod, because I have a couch right here that the guest will come sit on, and I have my condenser mic that I use for music. I just double that as a podcast mic. Nice. But I just have it plugged straight into the interface, and then when I open Zoom, it'll just ask me basically like which input output do you want to use type shit. But I guess I didn't realize you had to pay for it. I think Zoom was free because quarantine, and I thought that was the norm. And then I'm sitting here filming a Zoom episode, and it's like, we're about to cut your video off. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, the pay stuff, that's another thing that a hurdle. It's unfortunate, but there's some stuff you gotta
pay to play,
for.
Man.
Yeah,
I mean, like
some stuff
we said earlier, sometimes you got to pay to play for music. You got to pay to play.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said,
I would never be mad at nobody for any of those scenarios. Life's just too short. People trying to figure that out. Like, I'm still working with some artists that are scared to go on TikTok, do TikToks, and promote their stuff. And I'm trying to figure out ways to have a conversation to where it doesn't seem like I'm trying to be a dickhead A&R.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To where that A&R that's going to cause this person to have burnout. But people's life journey is different.
I mean, sometimes I feel like, especially for dudes, we kind of just have to figure it out for ourselves. You know what I mean? We're all hard-headed. You could tell me something 100 times. I'm like, oh, yeah, word. And then I go do that shit. I'm like, damn, you warned me about that. I should have listened, man. I feel like sometimes, you just got to learn the hard way, unfortunately.
Yeah. And I'm fine with that. First Twitch stream was a disaster. Well, whatever. Let's keep it moving.
And now, exactly. Let it float down the river and keep the next one coming.
Exactly.
That's dope, though, man. But yeah, I mean, that was all I really had for you tonight, man. You're welcome back anytime. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you for having me.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Whenever,
okay, you need to submit your song so we can play your song. You know what
I'm
I'm
gonna submit
saying?
it. No, I'm gonna submit it. Well, first, I know we talked about the Rambo Let's Work show, but I'm just gonna give a brief synopsis for those out there who don't know, and then I also want you to talk about because I know a lot of independent artists listen to this podcast, so I could tell them, you could tell them, but just kind of how they can get their shit in there. You know what I mean?
Got you.
But it starts with the I was gonna say Twitch. It starts with the Discord.
Starts with the Discord, yeah. That's what we made. We made it easy for artists to submit their tracks. Submissions on Discord they're in a music submission channel, and it opens every Tuesday at 8 a.m. Like almost a year now. It's gonna be a year where it's just 8 a.m. The alarm goes off, boom, that goes on, and you basically copy and paste your Spotify link, and I vet some of the tracks. Like, I'm not gonna lie to nobody. I kind of go in because I want a show to be kind of an experience.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So I'll dive in. If I find something that's like, yo, people gotta listen to this, especially when it's like an artist with 10 monthly followers.
Yeah,
and he or she got a gem. You know what I'm saying? I'll arrange it in a certain way to where I'll give random submissions a try, but then, hey, you guys got to hear this.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys got to hear this. And there's an artist called Halima, track called Rent. When I heard that track, I was like, amazing. This woman, amazing. And I was like, you know what? Let me not be greedy. Let me not be a jerk. I was co-host on UAS, and all the submissions were kind of like the same old kind of linear sounding music. And I was just like, play this one.
I think I might have been tapped in on that show, actually.
Yeah, I was like, play that one.
Play this one.
Play that one. Trust me, people are going to love it. And sure enough, she became the artist spotlight of the week in that community and everything. So I'm not greedy. It's not my music.
You're not gatekeeping.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. The more exposure the artist is on, the more it makes me feel great. You know what I'm saying? Mine's is like a minuscule amount of support. I'm just hoping it snowballs into something bigger for you.
True. Well, and I mean, yeah, I wish more hosts had that attitude. You know what I mean? Because you can kind of tell, you tune into a show, whatever, it's kind of the same artist or the same type of artist over and over again. And you're just like, all right, there seems to be a common theme here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's why I created I got 3 different playlists right now that I'm trying to work a different type of premise for a show that's just a completely different vibe.
Nice. What's today? Thursday. So yeah, I guess next week, this coming Tuesday, I'm definitely going to submit Tidal Wave.
Yeah. Throw that joint in there. We will absolutely play that. You know what I'm saying? We'll do the cross promotion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I absolutely, bro. And I know I got one more episode to get out before this, but I mean, this will probably be out within the next week or two. I'll definitely hit you up beforehand just to make sure everything's good and whatnot.
Yeah. And I'm all up for, I would tell artists to not be afraid of collaborative invites on Instagram, especially when they're free.
Yeah.
Don't be scared of that collab, because all it does is just pops up on both ends, and the people that follow you like it. It just all funneled together. So, excuse me, the people in my community like it, people in your community like it, and it all bundles it into one post.
I can easily Google this shit, but give a quick breakdown on how to do that. Because to be honest, that post, the Good Times on Your Playlist post, that was the first time anyone had ever invited me to collab. Like, I'd seen it before, but I'd never been a part of it. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna accept that.
Yeah, so I want to say maybe like 60% of the artists, 60 to 65% of the artists, when I send a collaborative invite, they're like, yep, easy. Yeah. That's an easy thought. But then there's some people there's a small percentage of people that think it messes with the algorithm.
True.
And there's a small percentage of people that think, wait a minute, do I got to pay for this?
Oh.
It's free, bro. It's free.
But
and then there's also a percentage of people that actually clear out their feed because they like it fresh and brand new.
Yeah.
Those are like those check mark artists.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that a lot. But how, I guess, what do you have to do differently than when you just like tag somebody? There's like a separate component for collaborate. I don't think I've seen it before.
In the invite tag, it's like tag, and then there's an option to the right where it's like invite tag.
Oh.
I believe you only could do one person, and they have to accept.
Yeah.
If they don't accept, it's just like you normally tag.
It's just regular post. Yeah.
Yeah, just a regular post that they could see that they were tagged.
True.
But it's just cool to see it pop up on both pages for cross promotion. Like I would definitely, when you got the podcast out, I would do something on my end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can. Hell yeah.
Cross promote and stuff like that. But promoting in different areas, I wouldn't be fearful of. The more places you pop up, the more you're gonna be in people's mind. Like I'm pretty sure there's whispers on both of our end. Like somebody told somebody about you to me, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Nah, and I want that to kind of like expand to where it's like we're in this small community, but now our names are echoing a little further.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I do from South Africa come to co-host a show a few times. Next, a wave of South African artists tap into the show.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm 100% with that.
That's organic growth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would much rather be a part of organic, genuine growth than the pay for play stuff. Obviously, the marketing shit we talked about, I had never considered, so that is a great angle. But I think what it comes down to is like longevity, you know what I mean? And timeless. Yeah. Like, do you want to be timeless or do you want to be fucking popping right now and have clout dripping off you?
Yeah, I don't even understand the concept of clout because it's like I have everything I need. Got my kids, got my car, got my house. I already am happy. This is just like I'm doing this because I love music. I was in music so long. I got so many friends that are, in music that when somebody gets an accolade, in my heart, it's like, you know what I'm saying? I celebrate with you.
It's a mutual
you
win.
Did it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a mutual win. And I just hope everybody could achieve what they want to achieve, but know that's not everything because there's people on the top that they can't even figure it out. That go through depression and all that stuff and they're lonely because, I guess it's lonely on the top.
Well, yeah, or they're like getting robbed by their fucking lawyer. They're lit on Instagram, but low key their bank account's just like being funneled by their whole family type shit.
And I'm cool with if you go rent a Tesla, rent a car, or get fake jewelry and all that, and you just put it on this show because it helps whatever persona people. I don't want to say people, but some consumers that are young are a bit naive, so they believe everything they see.
Yeah.
And that's the game for the quick fame. And then next thing you know, they reach a certain point and it just falls down from there and the new quick act comes up. How the hell do you survive longer in this game? That's what they should be figuring out.
Fast food music.
That fast food. I'm not mad at the music. I would want people to stay longer. Like I think about Ice Spice. She's from the Bronx. You thought I was feeling you?
Yeah, yeah.
And when somebody's brand new, haterade is the norm.
Yep.
Whole bunch of haterade, whole bunch of haterade.
Fuck them.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm more like
for no reason too.
There's a small part of me, city part of me that was itching to say something bad. And I'm like, no, relax. Let's see what's going on here, and I wish them nothing the best. Like I hope they're thinking, you know what? I challenge everybody thinking that I'm gonna be a small time artist. Fuck that. I'm gonna line all these releases up. I'm gonna put my money in different investments, and I don't know what that girl's name. That Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah, I forget her name too, but I know what you're talking about.
She's rich, bro.
She's dumb rich now,
Rich.
right?
She's rich, and then that's off of the I think the OnlyFans or whatever they do on the side.
Oh, true.
And you know, she took her popularity, and she probably got to a point where it's like it's going to be a little hard to compete with everybody in music. So let me find some different avenues just in case.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm saying that artists should do. They shouldn't
diversify the portfolio.
Diversify the portfolio just a tad. So just in case you could pivot somewhere else and you don't have to be that artist that's like struggling to stay relevant. You know?
I feel you, man. I mean, that's one of the reasons I fell into this podcast shit. I just recently started dabbling in like voiceover shit. Definitely just like not putting all the eggs in one basket. You know what I mean?
And you got the voice, bro. Your voice is nice. The tone of your voice is like perfect. You sound like a narrator.
I appreciate it. I've heard that for my, ever since I hit puberty, basically. So ever since then, it's like, man, it's only right. I already got all the equipment. Might as well fucking do this shit. I get paid to just speak from my house. Sounds
wait
good.
Wait a minute. You said something about audiobooks. Hold on. What you dropping?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, I signed up with this. There's this website called Voices where like you can essentially audition for voiceover stuff, but some of it's audiobooks, podcasts, commercials, literally like corporate video voiceover, just random shit. But like you're going to pay me a couple $100 to read 4 sentences from my home studio. I'll quit my job tomorrow.
Just doing, man. Just doing. Like I got like an annoying nasally voice. So I haven't really found normal. I haven't found my tone yet. But I am kind of insecure about, the way I sound, and I'm still figuring out how to get past insecurities at 35 years old.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think that's the beauty of the voice, right? Is like everyone's voice is unique. You might sound like people say me and my dad sound exactly alike, but anybody my age, any peer, whatever around the world, I almost guarantee me and no one else has the same fucking voice. You know what I'm saying? Like I have my dad's DNA. So yeah, our voices are going to fucking sound the same. But yeah,
I feel that. I feel that.
Crazy world we live in, man.
We just got to stay positive. It's better to have a positive mindset. And I think if you want your name to echo past our, the little circle that we in, we got to kind of be like, oh, he's cool. Because if he's not cool, that door is going to close. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be like, oh, he's bipolar. You don't want to with Rambo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be, you shouldn't care what people say, but at the same time, opportunity comes, where the wind blows. So it's better that people are echoing you in a good light than people echoing you in a bad light. So that's why I'd rather keep the platform positive than bring it to a place to where I'm like shitting on artists and I'm talking all this smack for that quick, like, I guess, like you said, that quick clout.
Yeah.
That'll, boost those numbers up. And then for Drake to come in and me thinking that I could shit on him, and then him knowing so many people in his circle to shut my whole shit down.
Yep.
Close shop. That easy.
You're done.
You're done.
Retired now.
Yep. So.
Yeah, I mean, obvious, or maybe not obviously, but I 100% agree with you. And I think not only does that apply to what you and I are trying to do in this crazy creative world that we're navigating in, but just in life in general. You know what I mean? Like you need to have PMA, positive mental attitude, just about life. I mean, bad shit's going to happen. It's inevitable. It's just how do you deal with it? How do you absorb it? How do you process it?
Yeah, don't. I would say the best advice, there's a whole bunch of advice I could give, but like if you're depending on somebody to do something and you call that plan A, you're a fool for not making plan B, C, and D. Yeah. Because your emotions are going to go to a place where you and that person are not cool. And you allowed that to happen. So like, if my plan A is you come on the show, you a co-host on the show. And then last minute you tell me you can't do it. But that was the only plan. And I'm starting to feel anxiety. I'm starting to feel why he did that to me.
Yeah.
Why he did that. Yo, that needs to be thrown in the garbage. Selflessness needs to come in, because how do I not know that you didn't get stopped in the middle of the road somewhere, or you were just feeling depressed and you didn't have the energy? Nothing bothers me, because you got to set up plan A, B, C, D, and I don't close the door on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody that hasn't been on the show for months, if they just pop up, I'm like, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Good? Like,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, how you been? Like, what's going on? I'm that type of attitude. I'm not that community where if a person hasn't been there for a long time, it's like, oh, maybe we should prune them off the Discord.
Maybe we should. They're too cool. Like, they left us for a while.
Exactly. And it's just like life happens, and the youth needs to understand, you know, the youth leaders, those kids that have a big platform and they're very short-tempered with their stuff, need to fucking relax.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I hate to bad talk, but I think one of the biggest, probably the biggest of that category is DJ Academics.
Yeah.
Like, nothing against him as a person. I don't know him, never met him, never spoken to him. But from the content I see, it seems very negative, very just like gossipy, very like, I'm cool. If I'm bringing someone on this show, it's to big them up. It's to learn about them. It's to have a genuine conversation. I'm not going to invite you on my show and be like, hey, yo, so I watched your show and it sucks, bro. Like, why the fuck would I waste my time doing that?
They do that. And it'll happen to us where we'll get invited to a situation where you think it's going to be cool and they'll put you in an awkward situation. But let me tell you, I pivot well with awkward situations.
Yeah.
I really do. Like, I do my research. And if I knew I was going to be on academic show, it's more like, all right, well, I got this, this, and this, just in case if you go sideways. Then that's when the Bronx Rambo comes out. And I don't like to bring the Bronx Rambo out, but if he needs to come out, you know what I'm saying? Then
when
he'll come out.
Right.
But
yeah,
academics platform is built on, just it's not quick hype. It's like
the clickbait.
Yeah, exactly. Like clickbaity.
That's the business model, basically.
He's competing with World Star, and he's trying to get the news first, and he could get the news first because he got all these sources, and he has this little fan base that trusts his process.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me, every fan base gets tired and they float somewhere else. I wouldn't be surprised if his fan base, once they're in their 30s,
once they grow up a little bit.
Yeah, once they grow up a little bit, if he hasn't pivoted, they're just gonna
go somewhere else.
Shift somewhere else.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna be that guy that's just like, what's going on here? Why I'm not getting no support? And he has to promote certain artists. Like he has to promote 6ix9ine. He put himself in a situation where he has to promote these certain artists
because in a corner now.
You backed yourself in the corner, and it's just like, okay, now the cool thing is to shit on older artists. That's what he thinks.
Yeah, this is the new trend.
And are you crazy?
The funny thing is, I almost feel like we need people like, as much as I'm not a fan of that and I don't tune into it, we almost need it because like as life cycle goes, you need the negative for the positive. You know what I'm saying? You need the yin and yang. Yeah. It's just like, I'm not going to contribute to that, but you do your thing. He's obviously doing well at it,
It's a gossip column. I mean, they were just talking about why the baby doesn't have record sales, and somebody brought an interesting point to it because I kind of liked the baby for a while. You know what I'm saying? And then as I was listening to the music and know what he's about and whatever circumstances he was in, all right, let me just listen to the music. The music has not evolved.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The music has stayed the same. So I'm like, maybe sonically, and that could have been his downfall. Besides the fact where he's in a position where, okay, now I need shock value. I think once you're in a position where once you're in a position where you need shock value, something's not going on good with,
your formula.
Whatever your formula, your analytics are showing that shit's going down. Yeah. So now all of a sudden, let me say, oh, I fucked Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah.
He's over here sitting looking at the analytics like, watch this.
Yeah. I need to get up back in the headlines.
And it just still, because Meg Thee Stallion, just like she pivoted well. She says, I fuck anybody I want.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Nah, you a lost fucking cause.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because she can. Anybody could do whatever the fuck they want. You got to respect. You know what I'm saying? It's not about, oh, men, oh, women. No, that individual could do whatever the fuck they want. This individual could do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I'm saying?
It's about humans. Humans, man.
Exactly. Exactly. So I love the way how she pivoted on that move that he tried to do, chess move wise, to try to increase his value, and it didn't work, decreasing his value. And academics try to spin it in a way to where radio shows or radio hosts are blackballing him and the industry is blackballing him. Bro, the consumers are blackballing him.
Yeah, you blackballed yourself.
His fans are blackballing. They're just not listening to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how do you win your fans back? He thought shock value will win them. It's not winning. He needs to go in a different direction.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you kind of blackballed yourself. Your fans just responded to that in a way you didn't like.
I know he wouldn't see this, but I would say the baby would fit in comedy movies dope. If you watch some of his skits, he got like
he's got a funny bone.
He got a funny bone. He got like a funny vibe. And I feel like if he pivoted into like acting and he kind of forgot all the drama and all that, and he went to do some movies and some comedy, I feel like he would have a decent lane in it.
Yeah. And I mean, again, I don't know this gentleman. I've never spoken to him, never met him a day in my life. But kind of devil's advocate, I mean, some people just love that drama shit. They want to be, they want to be in the headlines. They want to be with the hottest celebrity chick. Like they don't want a normal life, apparently.
Yeah. I don't want all the stress. Something, I guess, maybe in the future when it comes up, like I don't like beef because beef's a waste of time, especially like internet beef. Internet beef is like, kid, don't bother to curse, type.
It's a waste of energy, bro.
Don't waste your energy because I'm not going to take that like you said it to my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to laugh at this.
I'm going to laugh at this. You know what I'm saying? I would tell you, hey, I'll give you this address. If you feel it flamboyant, go to that address. Yeah. And all I'm going to do is give him an address where it's a really bad block to go down. And good luck, bro.
Just walk around screaming my name.
Yeah, exactly. So, don't waste your energy on the internet when it comes to stuff like that. And, there are people with evil intentions on trying to make you smaller than what you're supposed to be. And I would say tread with caution when you're working with people as well, because if you notice you're being used for somebody else's agenda or mission, and they're not showing you any type of, okay, oh, that's what you're doing. Let me help out your cause just, a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or a micro bit, then it's going to be the same. You think they're going to actually look at you after they progress even more?
Yeah. Be like, oh, that idiot that I stepped over.
Exactly. They're literally going to zoom past you, sell the fucking company and tell you, well, we never had no paperwork, so I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. And sadly, they would win in court.
Yeah. So you just be careful who you do business with. Feel out the energy. Feel out, you don't want to be fake in the community to where you're in the community, you feel like you're forced to be in the community. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You want to be in a community where it's like, okay, I believe in the goal here. Like, I'm with it. Even if I can't tap in too much, I'm going to try to reach out and be on everybody's stuff if I can. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm with you there because you and I think both just share having PMA, but I know some people, for whatever reason, can't grasp that, your life is going to suck if you just think it sucks. You more or less create your reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may not be able to control circumstances per se, but you can control how they affect you.
I think I agree with you because when I say 9 out of 10 times when I say, okay, this show's going to be awesome, show ends up being good at least.
You set the bar high,
I try to set the bar high as possible, and if it doesn't turn out like that, man, bro,
just brush it off. You got another one coming next week.
things happen, but I tell you, I have flaws, and I have like vocabulary flaws. I have like I need to read more. I need to do these things to educate myself more, and I want to better articulate myself so that when people come into the live, they'll feel value. You know what I'm saying? They'll feel like, oh, okay, like I feel like I tapped into something that's knowledgeable, gives good advice, and just an all around great experience where, okay, I left feeling like, oh, I want to come back. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I'll tell you as an outsider looking in, you know, and an artist who's tapped into your show, whether or not my music was on there, I mean, I think you might just be in your head a little bit about that, bro, because the show
I probably am.
super great vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like, out of all the different artists based shows that kind of have a similar format to your show, I think yours is by far my favorite as far as like feeling welcomed and feeling just like everyone's there. I mean, there are what's the word I'm looking for?
Alternatives?
No, like in the comments where everyone's bigging each other up. I definitely have seen constructive criticism, what I was looking for. There's always constructive criticism, and there always will be, but it's even the way that shit is said in your show versus other shows. There's a noticeable difference. It's not just a bunch of trash cans, like fuck, you know.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to say nothing to a different show, but we can't have the same thing going on everywhere because it wouldn't make sense. I would feel super phony if I would have the same scenario as UAS. You know what I'm saying?
That's what they do over there?
Well, they do the gas. There's only two ratings: is gas or trash.
But no, yeah. I mean, I guess that's a little different. I guess I was more talking about whenever people are playing the songs on these shows and everyone's in the comments. Like, if that's the rating system, then obviously if you don't like it, put some trash fucking cans.
Yeah.
But like when people are asking for 1 through 5s and people are putting like X and crossbones, coffin, like trash, it's like
it gets wild savage.
People get ruthless in there, bro.
What that does to new artists' psyche and mental is not healthy, bro.
Exactly.
And this is why I kind of do stuff different and slowly, and I kind of watch, you know, like my co-hosts. They're not too savage. They used to be. There was like one person or two people that were savage, but like one's empowering, one's critiquing on like on a musician level because they're a musician. The other one's critiquing as a consumer, and it's giving you this all around vibe of, okay, how is my music more suited to who? And you'll know.
Well-rounded perspective.
Yeah, a well-rounded perspective instead of just TikTok telling you, everybody just say, hurry up. I want my song to be played. Hurry up. We do not let nobody rush us.
Yeah. No, that's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah. We don't rush. Once my time is up, my time's up. I tell everybody, don't trip. I'm going to come back next week. I know I should be trying to do this more, trying to figure it out, but little by little is the best way because I don't want to be oversaturated with people expecting too much. You know, we got the dedicated show Wednesday. It's going to be Wednesday until we can make some sort of expansion. I'm not going to go Monday through Friday doing this because it's me mentally. I can't consume that much music. It's going to be too much.
Well, we're all only human beings, right? You can only do so much. And I can tell you from personal experience, when I first started this pod, it started as like twice a week, then once a week, then once every other week. And now it's like, I'm happy if I get once a month.
Yeah. And I'm with you. I'm 100% with you there because whatever works mentally, you know what I'm saying, is better for you. I know we got to push out more. TikTok is being a ruthless asshole
because it keeps down.
No, it's not shutting us down. It keeps on incentivizing me to go on more.
Oh, yeah. They're good at that. They're good at that.
They're great at that. It's basically analytics, gifts, subscribing, notifications, and all this shit is like, hey, if you do all the math and you go on Monday through Friday, you're going to be good. but I'm working for y'all.
Yeah.
You get 50% of everything. You know, the TikTok platform takes 50% of everything, 50% of gifts, subs. They probably take more. I'm not sure with the subs. You know what I'm saying? Is that really fair to the creator? Shouldn't y'all be taking like 25%, like a managerial situation?
Yeah, like
Why gotta
20
be
tops.
20 top, 50%? That's some greedy ass shit.
Well, yeah, that's why shout out to my homie Louis C. Rhymes, one of my homies who does hip hop music, also from New York. He's got his own Discord and everything like you do. And kind of to your point, I know he was heavy on TikTok, Instagram, promoting all his art and shit. And eventually he said, fuck this. He basically he created like his own community and started releasing his music strictly as NFTs, you know, exclusive kind of an exclusive format to where places like TikTok and all these fucking corporations weren't just automatically taking 50% of his cut right from the get-go. You know what I mean? I don't know if Discord and all these other places take some sort of percentage, but it sounds like it's going much better now that he's kind of, you know, drifted that
Discord, they'll turn off the lights on you and your whole community will be gone.
Just like that?
Like, just like that.
Wow.
Depending on whatever's going on in your server, like this is all an illusion of control.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of the catch-22s of all this technology shit. I mean, we know how to use all this stuff, but yeah, if the government, I don't know if this is possible, but they just like pull the plug in the internet, guess what?
Yeah. Or mergers happen or stuff like that. Because I tell them, I'll be 100% with everybody. If a company came and wanted to buy out the show or buy out the scenario, I'm going to sit, have a conversation, and be transparent with the people that helped me build it. I'm not going to make no deals behind nobody's back because I don't believe in that. You know, and then talking to my wife, talking to the co-hosts, and just people that were like knee deep in it. It's like, what's the best decision?
For the show, not like for you as an individual.
Yeah, no, for the show.
Yeah.
For the show. And if we do sell, I want something on paper saying people could still be attached to it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm reading articles about Genius, you know, was an independent company. Then they got bought out and they fired everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's because maybe the founder was like, I'm going to take this bag, deuces to everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not with that. But I know majority of people will see that $1 million check and be like, take this.
Yeah.
Yo, Rambo don't even be online no more. He took the fucking bag, bro.
Yeah.
And he ran.
No, I mean, I hear that happening a lot at like music labels too. You know, artists will sign with the label and then new management takes over and then they clean house. It's a whole new squad. And they're just like, yeah, I don't even know these fucking people anymore.
Yo, it'll be rough for me to be an A&R because I will care too much.
Yeah. Get too invested.
I will care too much. I'll get too invested. I'm like, deadlines are due. And I got to talk to the big boss upstairs on why maybe this artist is going through a real life scenario. The big boss, he don't give a fuck, but he never been in the streets. He don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But we got to get this album out in the deadline. Man, fuck you.
Nah, I'm good. I'm going to protect my dude. No, I hear you, man. It's interesting navigating this creative community that we're all, like you said, loosely a part of, because we may be here in we're all the nucleus of our own communities, right? Like we are the center of it. We're not center of the fucking universe, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely not.
And in some crazy way, we're all kind of connected, even to like the hoves and shit. You know what I mean? You meet people. What do they say? I think, what is it? After you shake like a certain amount of hands, they say you've essentially shook everyone's hand in the world or whatever.
Bro, somebody's making a decision for us that's in past that door. Like I said before, there's a conversation happening that's literally going to benefit me or you or anybody we know that's in that circle that's not past that door. That's like, he's cool. Next step for him.
Yeah. He's you've been given the golden ticket. You can move on.
He's been given it exactly. Yeah. And like I knew this engineer that he got a lot of credits, and I didn't know that he was using my name for the person to go to for Google ads, because I'd like run Google ad videos. It's mad simple to do. It's mad cheap. Everybody should learn how to do it themselves.
Yeah.
But I saw TikTok as maybe you should hold your coins for TikTok more, because music videos are in a funny area right now for promoting. Yeah. And he was just saying my name constantly to people. I was wondering, like, yo, who's this? Oh, this guy said that you're the guy. Oh,
he's right. I am the guy.
Oh, bro, I was going through some shit in my head, like, why is all these people calling me? And that people talking good about you is a good thing. And we just need to watch how we treat people, because little stuff like, if I forgot this podcast, little stuff like that could fuck a lot of shit up, bro.
No, and it's funny because, like we were saying earlier, some people are so caught up on the clout side. I feel like, on the contrary, what you should be focused on, like we're saying, is your reputation. Because your reputation, it's not the end all be all. Sometimes, things get misconstrued, and you might think something of me that isn't actually reality. But at the end of the day, 9 times out of 10, your reputation it may not be a 100% representation of like who you are, but chances are it's pretty fucking accurate.
Yeah.
Reputation comes from somewhere. It's how people talk. You treat people a certain way, so then they talk about you a certain way, and then, things trickle and move around and all that.
Yeah. I'm not selfish with anybody. Like, as far as like, if they help me with something, I'm like, whatever you could do, bro. You don't have to go crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you can't, anytime you feel like you can't do it, don't worry about it.
Yeah, let me know.
I mean, I'm not in artist mode right now. If I was in artist mode, I wouldn't depend on too many people to get projects done. Because if you're an artist and you need this producer to do something, you put yourself in a fucking corner.
Mm-hmm.
You put yourself in a corner like that. Because if the producer needs to finish something or needs to go somewhere else, or there was a scenario that I just completely forgot, but it was like, they thought the producer produced that track. He didn't. He just grabbed it somewhere and he gave it like he produced it. Now they had like issues with finding the producer. Like, why do you want to be in situations like that? I would say programs are created for people to learn stuff. And there's a lot of people on TikTok that you may hate their production style, but they started this year and now they already got clientele. Now they already got a fan base. They just doing it.
Just doing it.
They just doing it. Yeah. And I'm over here like, whatever. Her or him mediocre beats are selling like wildfire because the base is growing together. Like, we don't have to be perfect for these. When we were backpack producers and they were telling us our Reason beats were trash. You know what I'm saying? Because we weren't using an MPC 2000 XL. All that shit was bullshit to try to like put you in this mindset to where you're smaller than everybody
now
else.
You think they're trash because, and it's the fucked up thing is the people saying that it's always coming from a place of insecurity. They're like, damn, I don't know how to use that program that he's using, and his beats don't sound like my beats, so it's trash. It's like, or it's just different.
Bro, I just want somebody to accept a Grammy and say, produced all of this on GarageBand on my phone. Peace.
Yeah. And definitely just slide off.
And I'm just going to be like, yo, the most fucking respect. Because
absolutely.
You could tweak at anything on any level now, and computer quality is ridiculous. You don't need too much. I mean, it's nice to have a team. I love a team. And I know people in different atmospheres. Like I know a music producer, I know music producers, and I know like videographers.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some avenues where it got to be professional. Nothing has to be professional right now.
Yeah.
In today's day and age, if you're worried about perfection, you will lose to people who just produce more.
We're just doing it. Exactly.
They're just doing it. You know what I'm saying? If I were you, don't even come out. Just pile up for a year so that you could drop consistently the next year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you disappear, for 6 months or 7 months, you're never really going to build traction. All you're doing is you're doing a little hump, and then you just falling, you're going back down. Your monthly listeners are not, that's what I give credit to Amber, what I learned watching her whole 2020 journey to now is the consistency for right now's market is so important.
True. No, I mean, you're 100% right. And yeah, I mean, the
hold on, my fault. My son's calling me. Hold on,
no,
give
yeah,
me
you're
1
good.
second. Hey, I'm coming right now. All right. Yeah, I gotta pick up my.
You gotta go head out.
Yeah, my fault.
No, you're good, bro. I mean, we've been going for well over an hour anyway, so I appreciate you coming, man. You're welcome back anytime. Like I said, shouts to
yeah, yo, we got no podcast scenario on the Discord server. So whenever you drop the episode, I just create the channel so that, you know what I'm saying, you could just drop your podcast episodes in there if you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind doing that. Like my thing is not, the Discord is literally everybody else's Discord. I got like this community affiliate spot.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like if Kyle's gonna have a live, just tell everybody. I don't care. Like people that I think are cool, you're gonna get to at everybody. We don't want to spam nobody, but when something that I feel like should be shared, it's just like, yo, give the keys to a few people and let them have an experience with other people. Because if they just stay with me, it's gonna get bland and dry, no seasoning, bro.
No, man, I appreciate that. We'll definitely talk offline about that. But yeah, this is episode 81 of the kPodcast. Once again, Rambo, appreciate you being here. We got a little sign off here. Stay safe, stay smart, stay sexy, and stay motherfucking tuned, man. One love.
Appreciate you.
Get home safe, brother. Peace.
You too, man. Take it easy.